New details tonight on a deadly shooting that left a veteran San Antonio police officer dead. Police are looking now for a person of interest.
The Texans are getting ready to take on the Raiders tomorrow, all the way in Mexico City. Sports director Mark Berman is live there tonight.
This is part of my livelihood, and this is how I roll.
Only on Fox tonight. If you think all 18-wheelers are just boring old trucks, think again. We talked to some hardcore truckers that go to the extreme. Fox 26 Traffic Authority's Michelle Murhar finds some tricked-out trucks.
Fox 26 News at 9 starts right now.
We are following some developing news tonight out of San Antonio, where a police officer was shot and killed earlier today. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan Martin.
And I'm Melinda Spalding. Tonight, police want to speak with a man who they say may have some information on the case. Fox 26's Caitlin Monty has been following this story all day for us. She joins us now with more. Caitlin.
Good evening. San Antonio police say Officer Benjamin Marconi was 50 years old and a 20-year veteran of the force. As police continue to search for his killer, some state lawmakers now point to the incident as more reason for Texas to make attacks against law enforcement a hate crime.
This is everyone's worst nightmare. Everyone's worst nightmare.
San Antonio police mourn the loss of one of their own Sunday, hours after 50-year-old Benjamin Marconi was killed on duty.
One of our officers had a driver pulled over on the south side of our building, issuing him a traffic ticket. A person pulled up behind the patrol car in a black vehicle, got out, walked up to the passenger window, fired one round in the vehicle, shooting the officer in the head, reached in and fired a second round, shooting him a second time.
Police say the driver then returned to his vehicle and drove through the police headquarters parking lot to get away. Security footage caught what is believed to be the suspect's vehicle, seen here. Witnesses gave police a description of the man.
A dark-complected male, slim-build in his 20s or 30s. He was wearing gray pants and a gray shirt at the time.
San Antonio police posted this picture of a man Sunday night who they want to speak with, thinking he may have information about the case. The chief of police said Sunday he did not know what the original driver was being ticketed for or if they were involved, but says police are actively pursuing all leads and possible motives. As the news of his death spread nationwide, condolences for Marconi's family have poured in from Texas state officials. Senator Ted Cruz telling all Texas law enforcement, quote, "We stand unequivocally with you and will not tolerate those who viciously and deliberately attack law enforcement." Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton saying his office will support the San Antonio Police Department however they can now and in the days ahead. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick calling for the protection of law enforcement across Texas to remain a priority. A sentiment echoed by Governor Greg Abbott, who said he looks forward to signing his Police Protection Act into law, making targeted attacks against law enforcement a hate crime.
They aren't the only ones chiming in. This story has gone national, and we've been hearing from you all day. As the investigation continues, follow Fox 26 on Facebook for the latest. We'll provide updates there in the coming days as information comes forward, as well as on Twitter, where I've been talking with many of you throughout the day on this story. Here in the newsroom, Caitlin Monty, Fox 26 News.
That story there, Caitlin. Thank you. New at 9 tonight, after a day of different reports about his job status, the University of Texas has issued a statement on the future of embattled head football coach Charlie Strong.
Athletic Director Mike Perrin issued this statement earlier this evening, reading, "There are a number of rumors out there about the status of Coach Strong. I've said all along we will evaluate the body of work after the regular season. We have a game to get ready for against TCU on Friday, and I hope our fans will come out to support our team. We'll discuss where things stand after that."
Now, the Longhorns are 16-20 in Strong's 3 seasons at the helm, and there's been speculation all season about whether or not he will keep his job.
Well, the Houston Texans are in Mexico tonight getting ready for tomorrow night's big game against the Oakland Raiders.
It's a big night. Fox 26 Sports Director Mark Berman live tonight in Mexico City with the team. Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys, the Texans are here in Mexico City to try and win an important game against the Raiders with their fans here by the hundreds to support them on the road. The mayor of Houston is also here in Mexico City to try to win big as well for Houston in the arena of business. United Airlines flew the Texans into Toluca International Airport about 90 miles north of Mexico City, where they took buses to the team hotel. This is the 8th time Mexico City has hosted an NFL game, but just the 2nd time during the regular season. The last was in 2005. As is usually the case, Texans fans are here big time. They have invaded Mexico City, led by the famous Traveling Texans. Texans players are certainly not surprised.
For me and my experience in Houston, I expect nothing less. That's just what I know. Our fans always travel, man. Our fans always support. You know, I've never not seen it, you know, my whole career here, so that don't surprise me one bit.
We always notice our fans when they travel. The fans travel really, really well, and I'm not used to that, especially since I've been in college and all that. And it's when I seen it coming here to the Texans, I'm impressed by it, and they love it. Man, the fans are loud too, so you can definitely hear our fans out there.
Let's go, baby!
Some of the Texans fans congregated at King's Pub in downtown Mexico City for a little partying before the big game.
Houston! We're here to watch the Texans beat the Raiders in Mexico City, baby. It's going down like that.
Hey, how about them damn Texans?
Go Texans!
Meanwhile, a large delegation headed by Mayor Sylvester Turner is here in Mexico City, in part to spread the message about the Super Bowl coming to Houston. But it's about a lot more than that.
It's not about sports. Look, Houston is an international city, and our second largest trading partner is Mexico. So this is about building on that relationship. It's a big deal for the city of Houston, especially when the Super Bowl is right around the corner, and then after the election, where there's a lot of nervousness by some. You know, we're here to promote the city of Houston and let people know that in the city of Houston, we don't build walls, we build relationships.
And by the way, the mayor has made a prediction. Tomorrow night's game against the Raiders, he's picking the Texans over the Raiders, 21-17. Live in Mexico City, Mark Berman, Fox 26 Sports.
Thank you so much. Well, friends and well-wishers came together in Cypress this afternoon to help a family whose son was killed last weekend by a hit-and-run driver. 19-year-old Ethan Jones was struck last Sunday while walking on FM 2920 near Tomball. The driver did not stop and remains at large tonight. Today, the community held a fundraiser at the Texas Tavern to help Jones's father, who's a single dad, pay for funeral expenses.
Oh man, it's sad. Like, I mean, I know it may have been an accident, but you can't just leave someone laying there like that, not knowing what happened, you know, especially if that happened to you and your family and stuff. It's just, I couldn't imagine. So my heart goes out to his family and loved ones and friends, and I hope we raise a lot of money here today for them, so.
Now, the hit-and-run death of Ethan Jones is still under investigation, but friends and the family are asking the driver to turn himself in.
Accident investigators are trying to figure out how a woman managed to crash her car into a cell phone store today. It happened at the Zook Mobile store in North Houston. It was caught on the store surveillance camera, as you can see right there, that Honda SUV smashing through the window and then a bystander coming in to check on the driver. Moments later, the female driver gets out of the car unharmed. The store's owner is just thankful no one was inside.
Thanks God, you know, God is really great, you know, because today is Sunday and we were closed. Had I been sitting inside or someone else sitting inside, I'm sure they would have been dead today.
There were two women inside that vehicle, the driver and a passenger. Both of them escaped without any injuries.
Fox 26 is your Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
It's time now for your first look at the Fox Red forecast. Here's our chief meteorologist, Dr. Jim Siebert. Nice night, Dr. Jim.
Oh, it is a nice night. You know, you may have woken up this morning and took one step outside and said, wait a minute. We went from fall right into winter because look at these temperatures. We actually had a light freeze. Huntsville, Cleveland, Conroe, and Brenham. 34 in Tomball, 36 in Bush, 35 in Sugar Land, 35 in Angleton. That's pretty close to the Gulf of Mexico. That does not happen very often. Now, by the afternoon, okay, we had a lot of sunshine, but boy, we didn't warm up all that much. 60s across the board, middle 60s for most of us, and then about upper 60s for Wharton and Angleton. Well, what's happening is right now, we are kind of in the middle of, one storm system to the east, a storm system to the west, and high pressure, which means the air is sinking right on top of us. Well, you can see those clouds and showers wrapping around. Well, eventually that's going to get pushed our way as the next storm system is just making landfall now in the western parts of the country. So looking ahead in the Fox Red forecast, it'll be cool tonight, but not as cold, a little bit warmer, and then, well, we're going to have a good chance for rain before Thanksgiving Day, and I have all the details coming up in the Fox Red forecast.
A popular taco restaurant in Midtown goes up in flames. Hear from a witness who saw the whole thing. And they're not your typical semi-truck. We talked to truckers that have made their 18-wheelers an extension of themselves and spent a whole lot of time and money to do it. It's a story you'll see only on Fox 26.
Easier to use, faster than ever. The new Fox 26 app. Houston News is just a download away. Get it free at the Apple app and Android stores today.
A popular restaurant in Midtown went up in flames this morning. Fire broke out at Fuzzy's Taco Shop on West Gray around 4:30. Firefighters did their best, but as you can see, the damage here is extensive and the building is a total loss. A neighbor tells Fox 26 News he had just gone to bed when he looked out and saw the flames.
I wanted to go downstairs, go smoke a cigarette right before I went to bed, and that's when I noticed. I was like, oh my God, I got to start waking everybody up. It was really weird. I had just eaten here tonight. I got food here around 8:30. And I told the guys after it was on fire, I said, I guess there's no more Fuzzies, no more tacos.
The cause of the fire is unknown, but arson investigators were at the scene.
A motorcyclist is dead tonight after a hit-and-run crash that closed part of the North Loop for hours. This all happened near Gellhorn overnight. We're told 4 motorcyclists were on the shoulder of the freeway when a driver hit one of them. The man flipped over the concrete barrier and then into oncoming traffic. He died there at the scene.
In East Houston, a woman is dead after crashing into a concrete support column. Police say that woman was driving on Harrisburg when she struck a guardrail and went over the traffic island and then into oncoming traffic. She then slammed head-on into that support column for a train bridge. It's unclear if alcohol was involved in the crash.
A former Rice University music instructor charged with felony indecency with a child will be in court tomorrow. Darius Paulus is accused of touching the genitals of a minor while giving her private piano lessons. Court documents show Paulus admitted to detectives that he did touch that girl in an inappropriate manner. Police are concerned there may be more victims because Paulus has other students who are in grade school.
All right, just a traffic reminder for you tonight. I-45 between I-10 and 59 will be back open tomorrow morning as you head to work and school. Here's a live look outside right now from our Houston TransStar cameras. Crews are reconstructing the West Dallas Street Bridge, closing all lanes of I-45 between I-10 and 59 until 5 a.m. tomorrow. That bridge was hit by a truck that was too high back in September. Work will continue again the first 2 weekends of December before it's finally finished.
All right, I've been looking forward to this story tonight. Their tires never seem to stop spinning, traveling the country and delivering the things that we use every day.
Now, most of us don't give 18-wheelers a second thought when we're out on the road. I'm actually trying to avoid them sometimes, but there's more going on behind that windshield than you might imagine.
Our Michelle Murhart takes us on a rare tour inside some of Houston's tricked out trucks.
From the chrome stacks to the mud flaps, truck drivers take a lot of pride in their rigs. They're not just hauling goods and materials, they consider their trucks an extension of their personalities.
Mine, I design it for what I do. You know, I allow it to be versatile. It runs a wet kit, I can pull a rock bucket, I can haul a live floor. Most of the time I'm hauling heavy equipment. On the weekends we can, you know, go to a car show, go to a truck show, and even go drag racing with it. So it's a blast, I enjoy it.
But living it up in a tricked out truck comes with a hefty price tag.
Some of these trucks got $20,000, $30,000 worth of accessories on it and more.
Graced the cover of the coveted 2016 Super Rigs calendar.
Shell Rotella Magazine Super Rigs. That is top of the line. You know, no money or anything could ever replace that in your life if you get a spot on